We are live. Thank you so much for waiting, everyone. We're just about to start here. Thank you so much for joining us here in this now. So I like to just go over, let me just adjust it on this one here. So I like to make sure you can hear us well, and I like to go over the instruction for tonight. So get yourself in a place of complete comfort, in a seated position, which is preferable. And we invite you to place your hands on your hearts, dear hearts, and begin to draw your attention and your breath to your sacred heart, and really bring the breath of the great creator, the great mystery, the great spirit. Draw it into the center of your heart and allow the physical eyes to close. And as you connect with your breath, welcome the eyes of your heart to open in its sacred flame of light. And allow it to be illumination of light in your heart. And really breathe in this place deeply. And breathe out deeply. Take your time here to feed yourself from source light, descending from this 144 dimensions on into you, and through you, you being a golden child, connecting all the way down to Gaia, to her crystalline diamond heart, to her center. So you're connecting with her heart, in your heart, and the great creator's heart, breathing in that place and filling yourself with this love first, and allowing yourself to be in a dazzling bubble of great white light, a pure white light, a sphere of light, or like a sunlight. So you are enclosed completely in this wonderful light first, and stay here for a while. Really feel the vibration, the breath, the sacred, pure, beautiful illumination of light. And deeply breathe in that place and breathe out through your mouth. So take a few minutes here first. And when you are ready, open your hands and your palms. Once you have really built this frequency inside of you, place your hands out for the 30 minutes in silence. You're allowing yourself to be an instrument of this light flow from the divine creator to move through you and to direct towards Gaia, wherever it is missing love, and you hold the highest vibration of love. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Thank you. Welcoming everybody slowly back. Take a deep in breath in. Place your hands back in your heart. So much gratitude. Take a deep in breath in and release in your out breath through your mouth. One more time, deep in breath in and release. And one more deep in breath in. Yeah. So much gratitude for everyone that chose to take part in tonight's sacred silent meditation, holding this amazing vibration of divine love for Gaia and her humanity. Thank you, everyone here in our circle, as well as on Facebook and YouTube. We're very grateful for your participation. You can just sort of come back in your body, and we open this space up very briefly just to share what we experienced. And we welcome you to also share on the page there as well as the YouTube page. I like to just share because it was so emotional for me today, the experience. So as we began, and I was engulfed with this ball of this light, so held in that vibration right away as I started, as my hands were then directed towards Gaia. The very first thing that took place was again the team of light from the amount of angels and archangels and ascended masters, all covering in this ginormous team of light. And then there were the golden dragons, and then the white ancient dragons, then the crystal dragons all around. That was, and it was more, the masters were behind and the dragons came circulated around. That was very, very beautiful. And I saw from inside of Gaia, as I started feeling her breath inside of me, I started seeing that there were these golden vibrations coming up, going through the trees, and from the trees all the leaves were being golden and sparkling of golden dust were coming from the trees. Then there were all these golden rose flowers blossoming on earth. And then suddenly I started seeing like the new earth, and I started seeing people walking with these illuminated golden heart, but they were very transparent, like almost crystal. You could see through the people, and what was radiating through their heart was this piercing golden heart right in the center, just illuminating. And then I saw it was amazing. There were no cars, there were no airplanes, but there were people would just go from portals to portals where they need to. So there was the air was so pristine, clear, and the water was just pristine, clear, crystalline. Everything was crystalline, and it was very emotional. And then what I saw also was angels walking among us very easily. I saw higher beings and even dragons, all the beautiful higher dimensional beings just walking among human with so much love. And I just started tearing and tearing, because that's what resonates to me, and that's the reality that I believe in. And it was so beautiful. And there was all this energy around, um, the among all the beings, with making sure the waters were very pure, so the air was very pure, everything was pure, because everybody was living in the pure vibration. And then from there, the only other thing that took place was I saw the intergalactic council mothership, um, also overseeing the people on earth. So my consciousness stepped back and saw out of our galaxy the intergalactic council ship watching this ball of light in our galaxy, which was earth, and all of us holding this vibration like like another small sunlight, radiating. And they were and there was this awareness, like, wow, they're finally doing it, they're finally doing this. And just a lot of tears, just a lot of beautiful, just a beautiful experience. They all have them, but this one was, yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you all.
Well, my vision wasn't quite as involved, but I was trying to hold the vision for harmony in the government, and but I was told to switch it to love.
Okay.
And so we were all of you were in the circle. I keep seeing a circle. This is the second time I saw it, of angels and guides and masters, and there was lots of white and gold, and my palms, my third eye, my crown, all were like shooting like energy, like not confetti.
The light beams.
It's like
Light beams.
light beams. Yeah, it was like, and my hands got really hot. Yeah, and we were just all in harmony, and they at the end were kind to me and were hugging me, or not hugging me, whatever they were doing, enveloping me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
Yes. Thank you.
For me, I didn't really have a planned vision kind of coming into this. I just let whatever come in. And what seemed to kind of take over me was all the beautiful things that this earth offers.
Yeah.
And I kept feeling that I was with other people who were embracing, everything. And I could see like this, like, it was like almost like a stardust or something over top of all of us.
Yes.
And then through that was also a big light beam shooting straight up, which was pretty neat. And with everyone kind of enjoying, like I could feel we were all enjoying what life offered. We were still like noticing that we were doing this and putting this light out, and that was like what really stuck with me.
So beautiful. How did it make you
It
feel?
was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, great. Thank
really
you.
warm,
Yeah, it's very loving.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Logan. Thank you so much. Okay.
For me, I really was focusing on sacred sexuality and the divine feminine and healing from physical trauma,
Thank you.
just all types of abuse. And so I focused on the continent of Africa, Asia, and a little bit of the Middle East, but predominantly Asia and Africa. And I was just imagining men just really giving to women in so many different ways, and I saw in the beginning I saw my Octarian family. They gave me a kiss on my face and were like, "We miss you.
Aww.
Can you remember us more?" Because I would, maybe I haven't really been tuning into the Arcturians as much recently. And in the beginning, the Syrians and Arcturians were just openly on Earth, just walking around.
Yeah.
And then it went into what I was seeing. And first, it was just everybody hugging of gays, lesbians, everybody just hugging as they want to be. What was significant was the whole continent of Africa had white roses everywhere, and then sometimes it would get a little bit dark. I would hear like the sound of women being abused or
Yes.
all those, and then I would be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go there. So then I would change it into a sound of a woman singing, and everyone was wearing white, and everyone was dancing together, and it was a lot. I mean, so much was happening.
Sure, of course.
And then from my hands, it was like white rose petals and white butterflies, and going deep into earth. I mean, I can't even say everything that happened.
Yeah.
It was just so much.
So much has happened.
And I was crying so much. I was like, I really feel this healing. Like,
Yes.
I just feel it. And it was so emotional.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the most powerful meditations I've had in the last few weeks.
Yeah. Thank you. I resonate. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Caitlin.
Gosh, and the minute I opened my hands, they just started really tingling,
Yeah.
and I was just following like the tingling, around my hands, and my bubble was getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and then all of a sudden there were dolphins, jumping in the water, and they were shimmering and just so healthy, and the water was sparkling, and then I pulled back and pulled out and was all of a sudden in the atmosphere and looking down and looking at earth, and it just looked like it was clean and back to a place that it was meant to be in all of its majestic glory, its perfect natural balance. And it's interesting because I traveled. I was seeming like I was just traveling to different parts. I was going through the grasses and up the trees and to the different continents. I was like in the same continents as you were, and experiencing Africa the way Africa was meant to, the real essence of Africa in its best sense, and the India, and it's without any of the slums or any of the the poverty, but just in its purest, most beautiful forms. And I was traveling around, seeing all of that, and it made me very hopeful.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So when I placed my hands up, it was amazing to see like a great amount of hands around the earth. And that went into this golden energy going straight into the core of earth. And then from the core, all of a sudden these rainbow rays were then coming out of earth and starting to wrap around earth. And it was interesting to see how there were infinity signs that were coming through and coming out, and then connecting to each of the continents, connecting each to the different countries. And then that took me to the center of earth, into these diamond fields, and the diamond fields were radiating this golden light. And it was interesting because the golden light started coming out of the ground and then turning everything into gold. So like from the trees to the ground to the leaves, it just started radiating gold outward, 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 to the point that everything was gold. And then the earth was this pulsating gold light that was coming out to the universe. And then surrounded by it were just like so many angels, masters, and beings of light that were just holding that space. And then all of a sudden, that joy brought me so much. Then it took me, it's funny, on a surfboard, surfing the waves around the world. But behind me were these, I love to surf, by the way, these beautiful rainbow rays were coming out of, like when you surf, there's a huge spray behind you. So those waves were like, I was connecting each wave around the world, and those rainbow rays were circulating to the point that all the waters were becoming purified. I saw dolphins jumping out. I just saw so many people smiling. I saw people hugging. I saw energies coming together where all of a sudden it focused on the masses coming out. And the masses were like, they were like arm in arm. And they were like taking their power back by saying, we're now coming out to be who we are. And it just showed, like, if you can imagine, like every city with just millions of people coming out, walking the streets arm in arm. And then from that, then I felt green rays of healing light that started coming from the universe to start working its way through the land, where everything started to become very fertile. And that fertility started to show the plants coming up, the trees coming up, all the areas where you can imagine decay, or where there were areas of dirt, or just things that we didn't look at as clean, was then shifting almost like a movie, like a chapter was going by with these green lights, that were green healing rays that were then purifying everyone around. And then that turned back into the golden light. I literally just sat in that golden light, because that was such a ray of just pure love, and just sitting there and just feeling that come through us in a circle. And as that circle was going through us, it was then coming out like a tutorial field. So it was really powerful to feel that, and have other things. That was just what I could remember.
There's so much.
I have some. Thank you. I felt so bad that I was calling.
And we share these. I mean, there's so much that takes place in here, each of us experiencing, that we can't completely articulate everything, but we share these because what we are seeing, sensing, feeling, and as we are in the vibration of love directing, these are what we're co-creating together. And when we come together as a group, and the groups gathering, we are deliberately creating the higher realities for New Earth. This is the golden age. So it's so beautiful. And we ask those of you who joined us virtually on Facebook and YouTube, on the event page that we have for tonight, for the 21st, we ask you, just like what we did, put a video out. If you like to type it all out, do that. But if you like to just take a video of what you experienced, we love to hear from you. And if you post it, then we can post it on our main page so other people can also hear it. Because I feel when we voice it, we are able to stand behind this multi-dimensional reality that we are, and we're just giving power to it. That yes, we have these gifts. We're able to see these higher images and higher, visions, and it feels so beautiful the way we know it. It is so beautiful because this is what we are creating together, and we feel right together. So we love to hear from you, and we're very grateful to you. We have continued forward from here. Some of the nights we still do this on our own. I wish we could do this as a group every night. Maybe at some point we'll move in that direction. But for now, it's Tuesday nights. And we ask you to just take this vibration, be inward, just see in this vibration. Like, I feel like what I experienced, I want to stay in it longer. I just want to go to bed with it so I can experience further what was being communicated, because I've just found it so sacred, like, and we thank you. We thank you, and we join with you next week, Tuesday. If this benefited you, we welcome you to please spread the word, share it with others, invite others to join. The more we come together in this unity, and each of us part of this divine plan, that's how we create the changes, by these beautiful sacred images and visions. Because if you can't see it, feel it, we can't ever create it here on earth. So when we see it, we're able to then bring it to earth. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for bringing Logan and Tammy. Thank you for Caitlin coming. So beautiful. Thank you. And thank you, everyone here. We're so grateful to all of you. Let me just see everybody that joined in here. There's so many of you joined in. Thank you. Thank you, Conchetta. Thank you, Parisa. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Shelia. Thank you, Barbara. And thank you, Mary. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much. Let's see. Melissa Mortimer, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to check here. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Sunshine Love. Thank you, Christina Paget. You all have been amazing. Love you all so much. Thank you. Aho namaste and lakeshvanu ish hash hash. And we very much look forward to hearing your experience. Have a wonderful, blessed night. Enjoy yourself. So much love. Let's see. This is that. And drink a lot of water. Make sure you drink a lot of water.